key ideas. What is Kuska doing, and how could it be better? So a little bit of supply blockage here. That's definitely something that could be cleaned up. But the thing that concerns me even more... Okay, and I like this third hatchery going down, because having a little trouble spending all that money. But, okay, what should Kuska be thinking right now? I have a ton of units. I just crushed my opponent's push. My opponent was on one base for a very long time. What should Kuska be thinking? Time to make drones. That's what time it is, Kuska. Time to make drones. And seriously, with 3 hatcheries, just take all your drones off of gas and make nothing but drones, just for a little while. You know, because you have such good production right now, as soon as the 3rd hatchery gets up, in any case, with 2 queens and 3 hatches. Decent number of drones here, so you really only need to make, like, I don't know, 25, 30 more drones, and you are in great shape on 2 bases. And you can get that many drones out pretty fast, and you have the army to defend against whatever Protoss is doing in the meantime. So that's great. That's a perfect time to make a ton of drones. On the other hand, this attack, not certain whether it's going to work, right? Kuska's continuing to make units. Now, what is going to happen? There's enough Hydralisks to deal with the Void Rays, and that's good, but Protoss has Force Field, and Force Field is messy. Okay, good move to poke in, but then pull back. The thing is, what about your base here? Protoss has Void Rays out, right? What if 2 Void Rays showed up right here? This would be dead. There's absolutely nothing you can do about this. So having your forces all the way forward, very dangerous. And here, nice force field here. I don't know why Protoss is pulling back. Should just kill these units so he doesn't have vision. Loses 2 pylons unnecessarily. See, Protoss can basically stay alive indefinitely with force fields. And here, this is a nice little warp prism drop. Of course, ironically enough, there's not a lot of drones to kill here. Yeah, not the best management from the Penitent. I know speak English. Okay, so at this point, I would like to see this +1 attack upgrade come up anytime now. But we're starting to see just how much Kuska's plans here are kind of fizzling out. There's a lot of units, but that's all. There's a lot of units, and it's hard for them to be pushed out into the map. It's hard to do a lot of damage. In the meantime, Protoss is free to expand. Protoss is free to do a lot of things. Protoss is free to tech up to Colossus, and that is going to be pretty scary for this army. Now, I say that, and I want to urge everybody to not think too much in terms of hard counters. Yes, Colossi are very weak against Corruptors, and you would like to be able to get some Corruptors out, although it's very hard without being able to get these 2 more gas, which you can't afford to take now because you don't have enough drones. Anyway, yes, it's good to get Corruptors. It would be nice to have Corruptors to supplement this army. But again, the key idea is, what are you doing, and how can you do it better? So just forget about Corruptors, all right? Too complicated. I mean, Hydra Roach is so powerful, I wouldn't even say you should be able to roll players all the way up into mid to high diamond without getting Corruptors. How? You just have such a gigantic, ridiculous economy that you can make so many roaches that they just cannot kill them fast enough. That is how you do it. And of course, a really good player will be able to stop what I just described with really good force fields and expanding himself. But that should be your basic mentality, especially as Zerg, all the way up through Platinum at least, if not high diamond. So with that in mind, I would like to see these units popping down here and knocking out these rocks. Not now, not in a few minutes, but a while ago. And I would like to see a lot more drones. Look at how many larvae there are here. Of course, supply blocked, which is never good. But whenever you're feeling this kind of lull in the action, like you don't think you're going to be attacked right now, and you don't think you are going to attack right now, that is when you make drones. Those drones pay for themselves pretty fast. I actually have not worked out the specific numbers for StarCraft 2, but I did it in StarCraft 1. And I think what you should expect is for a drone to pay for itself in about a minute, or maybe a minute and a half. Might even be less than that, but that's the basic idea you should be thinking. And look, we're 17 and a half minutes into the game. Just think of how many times you could have made drones that paid for themselves, and just think of how high the drone count could be. You could be overflowing with drones in both of your bases right now, and your army could be the same size. And you could have this expansion. And just think of how great a position you would be if that were the case, right? Oh, speaking of doing things better, upgrades, you could also, in addition to everything I just said, and you would of course have these 2 gas, you could also, in addition to all that, you could have probably +2/+2 upgrades right now. And look at this, Protoss at 0-0, you're at 0-0. Just think of how much more damage you would be doing to all these units with that +2/+2 upgrade. What if you had like a whole bunch more roaches coming? What if you were producing like 30 roaches now? And that is completely possible. You just need drones, and you need them earlier, and you need more of them, and you need to expand faster. That is the biggest issue here. And look, you almost won this battle. This battle almost went your way, right? Just barely lost. Well, just think, if you had 30 more roaches and 2 more bases and a ton of drones, this game would be over. I mean, there would be absolutely no way Protoss could stop you at this point. I mean, and I, of course, mean given the shape Protoss is in.
Mineral field depleted.
Bunch of Zerglings coming out. And I just keep seeing this idea from Kuska. Just make units, make units, make units. Ooh, a lot of larvae there. Wonder if that was a hotkey problem. All hatcheries on one hotkey, which is good. But look at how hard it is to actually spend all these larvae. Look at this, 13 larvae at this base, 2 larvae at this base, 3 larvae at this base. So even though your production is really high, 3 hatcheries and 3 queens, you can't spend it all because you don't have any drones. And at this point, the result of this game is almost not important because all the key points have been made, I think. What Kuska is doing here is not bad by any means. Going Hydra Roach against Protoss is very strong. But it just needs to be cleaned up. It just needs to have a lot more power to it. And, you know, strangely, making a lot of units is not, just isn't the way to go. If you want a really powerful army. The way to go, if you want a powerful army later, is drones. So, I don't know if I should say make drones 500 more times, but I think I'm just going to speed up this game so we can see where it goes. 22 minutes taking the 3rd base. This is too late to be taking your 3rd base. And big push going in here and drifting away and coming back here and running around and not doing anything in particular and then moving over to go for the rocks. Protoss going to respond in time? No, not quite. Units do get into the base and running around a little bit, and then the Roaches coming into position, getting a good arc, and taking out the Colossi, and then vaporizing this entire army very quickly, and now they're going to come forward, and they're going to kill this Colossi, and they're going to take out a sentry, and I think this is good game for the Protoss player. His army cannot hold off these Roaches. Should have gotten a Void Ray out really fast, because he did kill out all the Hydralisk cover. Didn't do that, and the game is now over. So, excellent job finally running over his opponent by Kuska, but macro from both players, definitely subpar and needs to get pumped up because, well, you should pretty much be taking over the entire map by the 25-minute mark of the game. So, hope that this was enjoyable to all of you. If this was a better format for getting some of these points across, let me know. And I can try to do more things like this in the future. I will be doing some pro games, I expect, within the next few days. But continuing to keep busy with lots of stuff, including school stuff. So we'll just see what I am able to do. In the meantime, this is modulistack saying bye now.